Hey guys, today I'm going to show you two ways to print on classic or different size paper than letter size. I've had several people ask multiple times, so I want to make sure that y'all have a couple options. I'm going to tell you I use the 28-pound paper from Walmart, and it works pretty well for a budget. It's handy because it's only like 30 minutes from my house, so I can run down and get it when I go get the groceries, and I don't have to wait for Amazon to deliver it or whatever. So this is a classic size, so I'm going to show you how to do it on classic size because that's the primary size that I use. This is a Westcott cutting device. I got this at Walmart, so I think it was maybe $15 or so. Don't hold me to that. It's been a while. But it's really nice. It's held up really well. I use it from cutting paper to vinyl to sticker paper for cardstock, whatever. So it holds up pretty well. This is still the original blade, and I think I might need to be replacing it soon, but I'll get there when I get there. So I'm going to start out with a few sheets because you can you can cut more than one page at a time. And you'll see I already have it marked over here. So it just makes it easier visually to see the line. And I just make sure that it's lined up and up this way. And I cut this way because I'm going into here. So the page is not going to move any further than this right here. If I were to bring it down, there's a chance that the page would slide and get offline. So I'm going to just slide it that way. And then I'm going to take the whole thing as a unit and move it this way. And do the same thing over at the 7. Okay, 7-inch. And then you have that right here. So I'm going to do it with this, and then we'll go over and I'll show you on the computer and in the printer what I do. So okay. So now I have probably about 15 pages here, and I will show you how I do this on the computer. Okay, so I brought you down here where my printer is under my desk, and it is an HP Envy 6052. If you're interested, I have the Instant Ink subscription, and I like it because I don't have to worry about running to the store and buying more ink. It just comes, and the pages per, it's a very reasonable subscription for myself. So in here, I just take the letter size paper out, and then I'm going to show you when I put the classic size in, you can see obviously it doesn't fit. So I'm going to take these right here. Now I know not all printers have this, but I'm going to take these and just guide them in until it kind of has them sitting a little snug. And you just want to make sure you get them underneath these little lips here, because if you get the paper up there, it's not going to function well. So let's go up into the settings for the computer printer. Okay, so here we are in Adobe, and I just pulled up a file. I'm going to be printing pages 4 and 5 in the classic size first. So I'm going to come up over to the file and go down to the print. I'm going to open up the printer properties after I choose the printer. I have different options, so I'm going to choose my smart printing because it works best with my printer. You'll see that it's set for 8.5 by 11 letter size paper. I'm going to choose Properties. I'm going to go down to where it says Document, and you'll see Page Size, Letter, and we're going to change that, and we're going to start out by creating a custom one. You see I already have one here. So you can hit Custom and set your size for whatever page size you need, and then label it appropriately. I'm going to label this Happy Classic 2 because I already have one named Happy Planner Classic. So I'll hit Save. And you'll see it's chosen right there. Now if you're going to print double-sided, when you scroll back up, you want to do this after you've chosen the paper size. So you'll scroll up and go to two-sided printing, and you can hit flip on the long side or flip on the short side. And I'm going to put flip on the long side. And you hit OK. Make sure you save those settings. So you see the page size has changed to a classic size. Now I'm going to choose the specific pages that I would like to print. And you'll see that it is both side double-sided page. Flip on the long side on this. You can flip back and forth to check and see how it's fitting on the page. And I'll show you how that comes out in a few moments. Okay, so this one's fairly simple. We're going to do this on a letter size page. We're going to go back up to the print. And you see that it's still on the classic size page. I'm going to change it back to a letter. And I've already put letter size paper back in my printer. I'm going to go click OK. I'm going to pick the same two pages and double check them, and it's going to be on that 8.5 by 11. I'm going to come to Custom Scale and move it down to 84%. And you'll see it change on the page there. And then I'm going to click Print on both sides of the paper because it looks like it's in the center, so it should print both of them on the center on both sides of the page. So I'm going to go ahead and check all that and make sure it's in the center of the page. And this is if you have a full-size letter file that you want to shrink down into a classic size. Okay, so I have 3 pages here. I did forget to mention when you do the 84%, that is when you're printing from a letter size file and you want to shrink it down to a classic. If you have a classic size file, you should not have to resize it at all. So this is the page that I had pre-cut, and it came out perfectly and nicely. This is a classic size file with crop marks here on a letter. So if you have the classic size file for something, then you shouldn't need to resize it. This is a file that is a letter size that I shrunk down to 84%. So I'm going to cut these two here. I'm going to cheat and use the crop marks. And then I will show you the size difference. If there is a size difference, I will compare them. I am pretty bad at lining these up, just so you know. That, let's do this one. I'm not the greatest, so I will probably have a little bit of my marks left on. Maybe not. Okay, so this one, I'm going to line it up here on that 9 1/4, and that should have my, see, it just barely cut that off, so that's fine. And then I have one last one, and I know that my page should not be any more than 7 inches, so I don't even have to look at the mark here, and move that over. So you see that I probably cut it a little small, but you see this one is over just a little bit, and that's probably my error, but you see, okay, so there we go. So see those, and this is what it is after. Move this out of the way. So I don't know if you can tell. So because I cut it down after the fact, there is that little lip there that is just a hair smaller on the after the print cuts. But if that doesn't bother you, then that's fine. So again, this is the pre-cut paper that was printed as classic. And then this one had the crop marks on it, printed from a classic size file. This one is 84% of a letter size file. So I hope this has helped you in being able to print them, any file really, down to what you need. And you can do this even as long as you know the classic size from the letter size, from the mini, from, you know, whatever, that might not be preset on the computer printer settings. You can go in and make those settings yourself and pre-cut the paper to that size if you have a guide in your printer drawer. So there is that. I hope this has helped you. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them down below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I have dealt with the letter size and I've dealt with the classic size. I have not dealt with the mini, but I know somewhere online there's a percentage chart. Someone has made it somewhere. So if you need help, post down below. I'm sure I can help you, or someone who comments down below can help as well. So I will see you on the next video, and thanks for watching.